We have Enrique from California.
All right. Yes, you do.
Hey, how are you?
Am I on?
Yeah. Yes, you're on. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm fantastic.
I bet you are.
Just one thing. I've been seeing you guys for months, and I become a big fan. Matt Dillahunty, you are hilarious, man.
Well, thank you.
I hope that's good.
I try to be a little funny on occasion.
I hope it's not.
Hopefully, I'm not hilarious. Yeah, hopefully I don't think I'm hilarious when I'm being serious. But yeah. So, what'd you have for us today?
No. When you're being serious, you're being poignant, and you make me think at least. I don't know if you'll make some of the Christian callers think. But
well, thank you very much. But I don't want
to like enough sucking up because I am very excited to call. Oh man, to where to start?
Well, we're short on time, so you're going to have to start.
Yes. Just a second. Okay. Let's see. I remember. I always remember how you said one time how you said that the God of the Bible is a complete dick.
Yeah.
And you know, I've always agreed that, and I've always wondered why would a loving God be like that, as one of the previous callers was talking about. But I was just thinking of how I once played a game, or actually I played a couple of computer games where you basically play God, and in those games it's really, really fun to be an evil God.
Yes, it is.
Be a dick.
Yes, it is, and also. I would say that in those types of games, and not just the being a God character, but any character any game where you make choices, and you could take the virtuous path, or the Bible got one thing right, in that it is often easier to take the evil path, in the sense that the decision, while it may weigh heavy on you. It's the one of least resistance, but it's also the one with potentially greatest consequences, I'd say. But yeah, it is often, who doesn't like to be the bad guy, and who doesn't like to root for the bad guy sometimes in movies? It doesn't mean that you're an evil person who hopes that evil wins.
I think what he's saying, though, is that it offers a motive for the actions of the God of the Bible. It's just really fun to be an evil God.
Yeah, if we are actually a game, then okay, it makes sense, but he's still a dick.
Right.
But I would just say, like, with the way I play, I mean, if I had the whole universe to my creation, I probably even wouldn't be as serene, as slow as it would be. I think it would be nothing but supernovas every 5 minutes, and on the planets, I don't know, I'd probably just make life and civilization and then just collapse it, just for my own pleasure, like judging from what I do in these games.
Magnifying glass and anthill.
Yeah. In that case, I hope if there is a God, he's not quite as big a dick as you would be.
Well, all right. I hope so too.
But you're probably a very nice human.
But only because I'm looking at it from this level. If I was outside, I'd be, ooh, blow them up again. You know, that was fun.
Exactly.
Did you see when his head exploded? That was hilarious. It's the reason that we enjoy watching movies and stuff like that.
Sure.
It's a bit of fantasy. When I look at the various arguments for the existence of God, what baffles me more than the idea that there might be a God who is less than perfect, because many other cultures have had extremely flawed gods and multiple gods that had different flaws that were in competition. What baffles me most is that people don't seem to recognize what I consider to be painfully obvious. And the reason that it doesn't frustrate me completely is because I didn't recognize it either for the longest time. For the longest time, I would look at for example, the things in the Bible and say, oh, yeah, that's moral and just. And this is a God. Look how much he loves us. He did this.
Yeah.
And it is all a matter of perspective. And until you remove yourself from these preconceptions that this is, no matter what you might suspect about it, it's necessarily good and just and virtuous. If you want, you have to distance yourself from that and say, let me analyze this as objectively as possible. This book advocates slavery. How do I feel about that? What does that mean? when I look at the Old Testament now, and I talked about this last night, it's almost a comedy. It is a book of this God character's continued failed attempts. I'm going to create humanity, and then it goes wrong, and then I'm going to fix it, and then it goes wrong, and then I'm going to fix it, and then it goes wrong, over and over and over again. It's almost laughable. But when you look at the moral character of both the deity presented in there and what he advocates and what he orders, and the characters. Somebody wrote me the other day about David and Bathsheba, saying that, I don't want to get this wrong. He made a particular claim that David did something wrong and then God punished him. David, basically stole another man's wife and had him killed after he knocked her up so that he could have her for himself, and God punished him. And my answer was, no, he didn't. What story did you read? What was the punishment? Oh, he killed the kid. He has an illegitimate kid with this woman, murders her husband so that she can be his wife, and God says, oh, that was wrong. For that, I'm going to kill your son. Now, parents out there are parents out there who will say, well, that would hurt worse than killing me.
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
Okay, fine. But what about the kid?
Right.
He just killed an innocent... Well, he didn't kill him. He took him home to be in heaven with it. Oh, bite me. You are making excuses over everything. David takes a census, and God doesn't punish David. He punishes everybody else.
Yeah.
David had like a stack of get-out-of-jail-free cards. I mean, it was incredible. This guy was just, whoop, I screwed up, but I got another one. Here you go. Here's another one. Let me off the hook. It's embarrassing. And I don't see... I really wish that I could find a way. I've tried every way I can think of. I hope somebody finds a way to get Christians to go, wow, this really is kind of immoral or wrong. But I don't know.
But you never will.
Yeah.
No.
It may never happen. We're definitely not going to convince everybody.
We can't understand. That's the default.
You're viewing it through sinful eyes.
And
Well, guess what?
If we can't judge whether it's good or not, why would we make the assumption that it's good? I mean, you're assuming it's good if you're going to sit there and say, I'm going to follow this God. So you're telling me that you believe that this is good, but you're telling me we can't judge it because we don't understand?
Yeah. A guy emailed the other day.
Then you don't know if it's good.
Yeah. A guy who emailed us the other day was basically explaining his belief, saying it's irrational. I don't have a good reason for it. But I can tell you that I have this personal relationship with God through Jesus. And I said, okay, how do you know it's Jesus? I mean, did you hear a voice? Did you see somebody? Or is this more of a feeling you have? And if it's a feeling you have, then by what reason do you attribute it to Jesus? I mean, if he didn't show up with like ID or something, what's really happening, and I'm not trying to be glib about this, is that someone has had some experience that they cannot understand and cannot explain. And they are then saying that, oh, somebody else told me that the reason for this experience is magical supernatural explanation X. Okay, that must be what it is. Since she's given me her testimony about this experience, and she thinks it's Jesus, right. So I'm going to think it's Jesus. And now every time I have this feeling, I'm reaffirming that I have some... By what reason do you make a claim about the source of the experience? Nobody has a good answer for that. And when this individual was like, I don't have a good answer for that. I've told you everything I can. Sorry. Well, okay, not good enough for me. I'm baffled as to why it's good enough for you. But anyway, I think we're going to try and get one more call in, but thanks a lot for calling.
All right.
Thanks.
You guys have a nice evening.
You too.
You too. There goes my phone.
I thought that was the 5-minute bell.